Okay guys, so we're looking at the crispiest, lightest, and most importantly, foolproof fish batter that you can make at home. Guys, this is my ultimate fish and chips. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you've probably gone through a gazillion different batter recipes to try and replicate that really beautiful, crispy, light restaurant style fish and chips at home, and a lot of them don't work. Okay, so this is, after a lot of trial and error, my foolproof recipe for fish and chips. But before we get to the fish part, let's start on the chips because we'll get those into the oven. Okay, so I've got some potatoes here and I've just had them soaking in some water just to release some of that starch. And I want to get them onto a tea towel and pat them dry because of course I don't want anything wet going into the oven because that's gonna make everything soggy. Okay, now into an oven tray. Now of course you could do a deep fried chip for this. I just like to really focus in on my fish for this one and leave the potatoes in the oven. One less thing for me to worry about. I want to add some extra seasonings here, so I'm going to go in with some sweet paprika. It's going to give us a really beautiful color too. And then a little secret kind of ingredient that I add whenever I'm making chips or wedges is garlic powder. And you kind of don't taste the garlic at the end, but you kind of get this like savory, umami kind of flavor, and it just works really well. And then a decent pinch of pepper, some salt, and then you want a fairly decent amount of oil here to get everything nice and crispy. Now don't overcrowd your tray. If you've got small trays, just do 2. Now these need to go into the oven for about an hour, but about the 30-minute mark, just take them out and give them a bit of a flip to get some even color. Okay guys, so we are at the all-important fish batter stage. This is the make or break stage. This is the part we need to get right, and I've got foolproof technique for you guys. Just follow all the steps. So important step number 1, I've had this bowl and the flour, both of them, in the freezer for about 15 minutes. The idea is that everything for our batter, including the fish as well, is very cold. Because if we have everything cold, when it hits the hot oil, that's what's going to make like that bubbly, light, crispy reaction happen. Okay, so cold flour, cold bowl. Now I want to add in some baking powder. The baking powder is another reactive ingredient that's going to give us the bubbles and the lightness. And I want a little dash of turmeric. This is going to give us a really lovely golden color. And then a good pinch of salt. Now just mix all of that together. Okay, now leave this. I want to deal with seasoning my fish first. The fish and the plate it's on also cold. I just want to get a nice amount of salt directly onto my fish pieces. I'm using a snapper here, but you can use any kind of local fish that's good in your area. A little pinch of pepper. Okay, now just before you go to do the deep frying, that's when you need to mix your batter. I'm doing a combination here of beer and soda water, so I've got some cold beer and soda water. Now just mix that through. Now this is the texture that you're looking for, sort of like almost like a thin cake batter. Okay, so my oil's hot. I want to get my fish and I'm just going to dip it into some corn flour. I like to dip it in corn flour rather than plain flour because I find the corn flour is lighter, doesn't get as pasty, and then the fish goes into the batter and then straight into the oil. And that should bubble up straight away. You should see it puffing up, looking all gorgeous. Sometimes I like to just drizzle a little bit of extra batter over the top because I like the extra crispy bits. And make sure you're turning and flipping that fish over. You want to make sure you get an even golden color. You don't want it resting on the bottom. And once we've got a beautiful golden sunshine kind of color here, I'll take my fish out. And you'll see I've just got some paper towel here sitting on top of a baking rack here, and that's to allow the air to circulate as well as the oil to sort of drain off. And then just like anything straight out of the hot oil, you want to put a little bit of salt on there. Ah, look at those amazing, beautiful sunshine pieces of fish. Ah, this batter is so crispy. I mean, so let's have a look inside. And look at that beautiful fish in there, perfectly cooked. And then that crispy, crispy, light batter. It's hot, but I can't help it, you know, eat it straight away. That's what good food is all about. That crunch, and then it just literally falls apart beautifully. It's so light. Amazing. Okay, let's look at our chips. Okay, so here are our chips. They smell so amazing. And one last thing we need, because you always need a really good dipping sauce for this kind of thing, is a spicy mayonnaise. And I'm making a coconut sriracha version with my coconut sriracha sauce. Oh, I love this one, guys. Look, it's not for everyone. It's really hot. It says hot and it's hot, which I love. You can add whatever kind of sweet chili sauce that you like, or any other kind of hot sauce, but this one is my favorite. Okay, mix that through. Okay, I want a decent helping of our chips. And then one of these beautifully crispy pieces of fish. Of course, our spicy sauce and a little wedge of lime. And there you go, guys. If you thought it was too hard to make great fish and chips at home, I'm telling you, it's not. Give this a try. You'll love it. So out of this world good. I'm not sharing this one. It's all for me. Yum. You want some? You want to try some? There you go. My mom is hanging around in the background, just been sniffing out the haven't you? I've seen you been standing there watching. You want to try?
Yes.
Okay, well you got to get some sauce. You tell me, you give me your opinion if we nailed it.
Tasty.
Better than yours? Not better than yours.
Yeah,
Yes, really? Wow.
very tasty.
That's a big compliment. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're not better than ours. Maybe they are. Ah. Hey guys, so my marinades and sauces are in Coles in Australia right now. They're in the sauce aisle. That's where you get your tomato sauce. I hope you can try them, and if you like them, why not share them with a friend? Thanks guys, see you.